All right. Well. Greetings, Grand Rising. Good day, everyone. I had a video, an intro video prepared. I don't know what happened to it. It was certainly not that one. So we'll just dive right in. Welcome to the Peak Wellness Hour. I am your host today, Angelina, aka Queen G, having a part two for the conversation that we had like 2, 3 weeks ago now on Spring Reset, detoxing your life. So I am late. I am so late. So thank you for whoever's joining right now. Please share with a friend and have somebody come back and watch for the um, replay because I am late. I actually had a awesome conversation with my queen mother that kind of had me delayed here, but I was certainly not delayed in that conversation. So apologies for delay. Thank you for joining. If you are here, we're going to dive into this conversation in just a second. So I'm going to give you some time to hit that like button. Please share. And if you're not subscribed, do so. Let's go. All right. Yes. Welcome to the Peak Wellness Hour. As you can see, I'm solo today. Queen Edith has been super busy this month. So again, my apologies to you all. So Queen Edith has a lot of stuff going on. 2 weeks ago, she had a wedding to go to out of town. Last week, let me show you all. She graduated with in marriage and family counseling. So you all give a shout out to Queen Edith for that. We are so proud of her. Can't wait to see the awesome things that she's going to be doing. Of course, you all know that she is the CEO and founder of Peak Home Care Associates, which started this whole venture with the Peak Wellness Hours. So give her a shout out on her page or on this platform. So, and then this week, she is at a conference out of town. So I am solo. Grand Rising Queen Kathy B. You all make sure you all check out Queen Kathy on YouTube. Is it Kathy B606? Yep, on YouTube. Check her out. Partly about what we're going to be talking about today. Yes, congratulations to Queen Edith. So partially about what we're going to be talking about today. You all check her out. She does farming. I won't say farming. She grows her own produce, educates on that, indoors and outdoors. So I love that. And what I'm going to do, I don't like talking to myself, y'all. That's why I've been MIA for the past couple of weeks because Queen Edith has been gone. And I like talking to myself on social media, on broadcast, period. So that's what we're going to do today, though. So I'm dropping this link in the chat. If anybody wants to join this conversation at any given time, click that link and come on up. You don't have to necessarily be on camera. So really quickly, a few things. We miss Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers because we're mothers every day, right? So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. We've got Nurses Week. As you all, some of you all know, I am a nurse. So happy Nurses Week to everyone, including medical assistants, QMAs, all that stuff. I know we have CNA Week next month. So shout out to everyone in the nursing field, in the healthcare field, period. I don't care if you do medical coding. Um, Shout out to everyone that is advocating for patient care. So with that being said, I probably won't be here very long. Yeah, happy Nurses Week, right? Probably won't be here very long. My king and I have a event to go to with his family. So I just wanted to do my due diligence. Queen Edith texted me yesterday. She was like, I'm going to be on with you tomorrow. I'm like, aren't you going out of town? So that was her way of saying, you've been MIA for 2 weeks and you're entrusted to do this thing. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to stop saying also. So this is part 2 of that spring reset, detoxing your life. Last 2-3 weeks ago, we were talking about detoxing with mind, you know, spirit and soul and all that good stuff, emotions. Today, we're going to focus on the body. I'm going to give a few tips and thoughts and whatnot and some educational pieces about detoxing your body, which is so important, especially for me as a nurse. Again, Mother's Day, women, we have to take care of our bodies. We are providers and nurturers by design. And a lot of us as mothers, especially with young children, we delay on recognizing the need for self-care with our bodies. So we're going to talk about that for just a second. Again, it probably won't be an hour, but we will get into this conversation. The link is in the description if anybody wants to chime in at any given time. As I said, I was talking to my queen mother earlier before I got on here. Great conversations with my mother. We have to love our mothers, take care of our mothers, take care of our elders, right? I've had a busy 2 weeks. I've had a busy month, 2 months with working. So just trying to find a balance in life. I always believe it should be a home work balance, not a work home balance. Home comes first, family comes first. And with nursing, sometimes that's difficult, at least for me, to separate those things as an advocate, as a servant for the greater good. But we have to be able to do that, right? So a few weeks ago, we were talking about detoxing from social media, toxic conversations, toxic relationships, right? So again, we're going to dive into the body part of it. Queen Edith gives a whole lot of insights um, and more personal kind of conversations. I like to educate, and so that's the standpoint I'm going to come from today is just education and giving some knowledge. A lot of times we think we know things or we forget things as we're in overload. So just kind of going to share some things with you all as far as being able to live a healthier life. Again, before we talked about detoxing, and that's just getting rid of things in your body, in your life, that are toxic, that are infectious, that are unhealthy. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So you all drop a message in the comment section. Let me know where you're from, where you're listening from, what city you're in, all that good jazz. I know Queen Edith tends to bring in the international family with us, so super excited about that. If you're watching despite her not being here, please say hello in the comment section. Again, the link is in the chat if anybody wants to come up and join. So really quickly, we'll talk about this. And I have notes, like I said. I try to be very precise with things and just give information. I am not a doctor. I am not giving you medical advice, so just know that. Just having a conversation. So when it comes to physical, I know my husband and I were walking, my king and I were walking after the last broadcast, had a great time. I was struggling out there. Yeah, if you all did my little short on Facebook and YouTube, I was struggling out there. But consistency is so important when it comes to detoxing. I know Queen Edith actually has done her clinicals with her counseling degree with addiction. You know, so anything about detoxing, that's a part of that. She's not here for that conversation, so I won't dive too deep into it. But even with that, with substance abuse and substance use, misuse, however you want to say it, with all due respect. It's a process, right, to detox. It's an ongoing lifestyle. When it comes to detoxing on a regular basis, it's an ongoing lifestyle. I have a patient, he had some dental work done, and he had to stop eating rougher foods. He had to start eating soft foods, change his diet, drinking smoothies, eating healthier, losing some weight. And I asked him, I said, he got his dental work done. I said, do you think you go back to eating the way you were eating? He says, probably not. Here and there, I might have a steak or some red meat and something greasy, but he became accustomed to eating healthier. My queen mother, and you can put a no in the comment section, queen mother, if you want me to not say something. And I'll never share anything with people that I don't understand the permission to do so with. But I know my queen mother is a survivor. I love my mother. She's an overcomer. She's had health challenges, and just changing her diet, taking sugars out, processed foods out, just eating healthier, incorporating more fruits and vegetables, taking the meats out. She's been able to heal her body. That is what I love to talk about, that natural healing. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice, but I would advise people to take the time to dive into options that do not rely on Western medication, pharmaceutical medication. I'm not telling you to stop taking your medicine. I'm not telling you what to do, but our bodies are meant to heal self, right? So when we are not assured that that's a possibility, America, at least, is sick. We are a sick country. We are an unhealthy country. Okay. I'm not body shaming. I'm not judging. Please believe me. But America the obesity rate is obscene. And it's not about body perception. It's about health, and longevity of life, quality of life, when I say these things. Because we're eating things we have no business eating, putting things in our body we have no business putting into our bodies. You all put a 1 in the chat if you have seen the situation. This is not political. Has anyone listened to, followed up on, or whatnot, the situation with RFK Jr., with the healthy foods? So again, not political, but if you've heard, put a 1 in the chat. I'll tell you, put a 1 in the chat if you've heard about RFK wanting to label foods not healthy for human consumption. Has anyone heard about that? Put a 1 in the comment section. If you haven't, what's going on is he's wanting to label foods that are cancer causing, that are not healthy foods, that are not even food, as not healthy for human consumption. Now, how they label that, how we choose to read it, and what we choose to do with the information as far as what we put in our bodies is up to us. But when that's happening, what is going on with what they're putting in our foods? Think about that. I'm sorry, my husband's looking for my dog. It's raining over here, so he's looking for her. I didn't want him to come up here. So yeah, Queen Kathy said that. She's heard that. So what's happening where America, the United States, is putting items in our foods that are causing us to be ill. But those same manufacturers from America, from the United States, that outsource those products to other countries, like the UK and whatnot, they don't put those things in their foods. What a big effort to say, is it Kellogg's? Who is it? I don't want to misspeak and misrepresent. I believe it's Kellogg's that is putting stuff in their food. UK didn't want to buy the products anymore. So they said, well, what we'll do is take out those harmful ingredients so you can keep buying our products. But they kept them in our foods. So again, I would advise you all to check out Queen Kathy B at Kathy B 606 on YouTube when it comes to growing your own foods. Again, indoors and out. And she has so much knowledge. I'm still trying to dive in. So shout out to United Empires of Akiba line and being a part of that, where we promote those kind of empowering conversations to live healthier and longer and soundly on a different level. You guys just got to check it out. So, with that being said, I'm looking at my notes. How are we detoxing? How are we healing our bodies? How are we living healthier? Again, a lot of it is just a mindset. I know I've been looking at a lot of fasting, and growing up in church, fasting was about, it was a religious aspect, you know, and for a long time, that's what I understood about it. Just sacrificing, you know, food and all these things, and you get like what's 3-day fast, 7-day fast. You get a day and a half in, and like, you know, I'm gonna die. But what I've learned is with fasting, it's about controlling your body. It's about controlling your mind too, and having a balance, limiting yourself, having boundaries for what you put in your body, and being consistent with that. You know, a lot of us are not drinking enough water. A lot of us are drinking things, eating things, like I said, that we know are not good for us. I love a good carbonated beverage for supper. You know, sometimes I like a good Sprite, a cold Sprite in the can. Sprite is part of Coca-Cola. I prefer Pepsi over Coca-Cola. It's just sweeter, you know. They say you pour Coke on your battery if there's corrosion. Why would you put that in your body? What would it do to your body? But anyways, my youngest son loves Takis. A lot of children love Takis. Those little hot flaming chips or whatnot. They have a weird, tangy. They're weird. They have ingredients that are cancer causing, and we're giving these things to our children. McDonald's fries have 19 different ingredients in them. Here in the United States, not in the UK or anywhere else, just here. 19 different ingredients for a potato. Think about that. So, with that being said, how do we fix that? I love, you all know I love journaling. There's nothing wrong with a diet journal, a fasting journal, a detox journal, whatever you're looking for. You can find something on ChatGPT to help you set that up for you, you know. But we have to start eating healthier. We have to start cooking. I am guilty of that. My husband and I have been eating out so much because we work so hard. Again, that home, you know, too busy to even eat healthy, you know, cook your own foods. So how do you do that? I think meal prepping is a great idea to be consistent. Again, the cost of living is so high. Meal prepping is so important. Healthier, cost efficient. When you're saying, I have to work these days, I'm gonna prep this food, so I'm not stopping at McDonald's, stopping at Taco Bell, wherever you're stopping, you know, and eating healthy foods. Even for supper, you know, lunch and, you know, breakfast. How do I set up things where there's balance and there's time? I love a good crock pot. I like a good crock pot. I have not used mine in a long time. I need to pop it out. But how do we save time eating healthier? You know I've been doing smoothies for my husband, and I'm going to show y'all some of the stuff I use. I shop with Melaleuca. So Melaleuca is a all natural. Right. Queen Kathy, you should pop up on here with me. You should click the link in the description. Pop up on here. You don't have to. But yeah, even in the grocery stores, you really have to read labels. And we don't have time to do that. You're just putting junk into your body, you know. So where do you shop? I think a lot of people speak about the international markets. I kind of wonder how that works too, because of customs, you know, and when they're wanting you to add certain things and do certain things, by government regulation, instead of just letting people bring in healthy food that's not contaminated, right? So what do you do? Um, I was gonna say, I do smoothies for my husband. So I shop at Melaleuca. This is a protein that I use. This is a banana flavor. I put in there, it's omega 3. This is peach mango, right? And it's omega 3 supplements for the heart. I use supplements for heart health here also. Oh, look, it's Queen Kathy B. Hey,
Hey,
Queen, how are you?
good. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hate talking to myself.
I know I get it. Me too.
Oh, shout out to Queen Kathy B with the United Empires of Akibalon and all our team. So let me ask you. So I always ask you this all the time.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to understand. Like I know summer's here, spring's here, summer's coming. With the produce when you're growing your foods, what do you do in the winter time? Like as far as growing, like how do you where do you get your produce from? And I love your hair. Look at your hair growing. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes.
So in my small town, they have a farm, so I get meat and vegetables there. So we have fruit here, and we have some vegetables that are growing. Um, so in the winter time, they have vegetables such as kale, spinach, arugula that grows really good. And actually, it's better because there's no bugs.
Okay.
I was at my new home. I will show you our plant. We have a huge kale plant that we have in a pot. So that's one of the vegetables that I recommend. And like I said, we have the farm, but the farm is in my old town, so I have to figure out for my new city and state where to go. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's easier? Do you think it's as easy to grow produce indoors as it is outdoors?
You can do both. So I have the aquaponics and the hydroponics, so I've done both. I think I did better with the hydroponics. So the
Okay.
hydroponics dirt, the aquaponics is um, it's fish. So I have my fish. I have to hook my system back up again, but you can grow fruits and vegetables in a system. So it's not a large system. So we have I think it's okay, I'm not going to say it because I'm not sure of the size of the fish tank, but we have a fish tank and we have fish in it. And the aquaponic system just sits right on top. It's not a huge system. The hydroponic system is a smaller system. It's a countertop system. So
Okay.
you can grow, and then you can grow like the spinach and kale and stuff in a pot. Like I said, with our kale, it's a huge pot that it's in, but it's growing really good. So
Okay.
we're basically kind of growing things in like three different places.
Okay. Cool
But
beans.
our trees here are just really blossoming. We have apricot and peach. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go get some off the tree, and they're doing really good. We have apple tree, pomegranate, and then we have an almond tree. So
Oh,
all of that's here. So I'm actually going to be leaving all of that behind. So we have to start new. So we did buy some more trees. So
okay. Oh, that's
kale
what's
trees. One of the things is bugs. So on the kale, I found a little green worm that was on the
mhm.
kale that was eating the kale. So we're gonna get some neem oil. They have different things. My husband has been looking at different things to. to help with that with our plants. But the spring and summer months can be challenging with the bugs. And then we have little other little creatures and big things now. So I guess it depends on your area of what
Hmm.
you could do. We have gophers, and then there's ground squirrels and rabbits. So right now we have a deck, so that's where we have the tail plant. But we're going to eventually put our trees, and we have that wrapped because we have deer. So we're moving
Hmm.
into a whole different other climate than where we were before because we had pests and we had a little chipmunk that would come into our garden because they're little and they can squeeze through the gate. And we put some things down for it, and once that happened, it never came back. So it never comes back to the garden. So we're able to grow. And then we're doing really good with green onions.
Okay.
Um, green onions are doing really well. Matter of fact, they're seeding, so um, it makes at the top like a flower seed. So I've been
Okay.
spreading it around so more will grow.
Oh, I want to see it. Y'all got to go to her page and see that. And make sure you go to Queen Kathy B 606 on YouTube because she has that link for the hydroponics and the aquaponics
Yeah,
for purchase. So you all go and check that out. If you don't know what that is, do some research. But if you choose to buy it, please, I would advise you to click that link on her YouTube page and do so and supports, right? And she's been really cool with that. I want to grow some stuff. I keep saying that. And I didn't think about the bigger animals. I was always thinking about the bugs because I was wondering how it works like with the kind of pop-up greenhouse things if they actually protect from bugs. Have you used that before?
we're gonna look into getting a greenhouse. We have plenty of room now. We talked about it before and we never did, but now I think we're going to have to. And then we have now, I guess we're in like four season state, so um, that's going to be one of the things we're going to be looking at for future. So I guess stay tuned on the channel, and once we get settled, because right now I'm packing and stuff. So as we get settled, that'll be coming. The
Okay.
greenhouse, other things too, and then we have a huge aquaponics system. We thought we had a place to put that. Um, So this is the second aquaponic system. We have one that is off the fish tank, just a regular aquarium sized fish tank. Um, oh, I could ask my husband. Bruce, what size is the fish tank that we have? 29-gallon fish tank. So that's what we use for aquaponic system. So that's in the house. But the one that we have, do you remember what size the big one that we have? 100 gallon.
Oh my gosh.
We're trying to figure out how to get that going because
Hey, King Bruce.
you're in my ear, but I'll tell him.
Go ahead. You
Okay.
trying to figure out how to get that going?
Yeah, so we have to figure out a spot. We thought we had a spot, but he said it's the area, the little house that we have, it's too small. So um, we had an area here, but we have to find another little area. So we'll be working on that to get that going so that we can really get some growing and in there and get food going. So
That'll be
coming
cool.
soon also. I'm like, I paid a lot of money for that system. I want to get it going. So
Have you ever thought about doing a what's it called? Farmers market with all the produce that you have?
they have a small one here that I could do, but the problem is we're gonna have to like wrap trees because the birds get to the fruit too. So it's like you have all these different things that you're dealing with. Like you may get a couple of things, but it's like you have the birds, for instance, they got to the apricots, they got to the pomegranates, some of the peaches. So it's different things. So once that maybe in the future when we get
Mm-hmm.
going, but for right now, I guess everything is kind of small and just for us.
Right. Oh man. I didn't realize all the challenges with trying to do that.
You find out like what you have, and
Mm-hmm.
then I want to plant regular flowers in front of our house, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have gophers, and they come from underground, they dig, so everything is like it is challenging with different things. So
Yeah.
you can grow indoors, outdoors, so we just have to kind of go around all of that, and then the
Mm-hmm.
trees we have an area for that kind of wrap. But we have to check like the system, like the watering system. We'll have to check that out at the new place. So it's different. It's definitely different things that you have to do. It can be challenging, but thing is not to give up.
Absolutely. I think it's so
Everybody,
peaceful being out there. Like having that garden, it's so peaceful out there.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Rosemary is doing really good here too. So at the new place, I'm gonna have to plant some because there isn't any on the property at all. So and I
Okay.
for my hair, the rosemary and cooking as well too. So
Okay.
yeah,
And I think that's a big thing that you can do is with the herbs indoors. If nothing else, the herbs are
I have
definitely
basil. Basil is very, I don't know, it's challenging with the basil, but I have that going indoors,
okay.
and the temperature inside of the house, and yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to it, but we keep going.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, it's scary to shop in the stores anymore. You don't know what you're getting. It's so weird. It's scary.
I
So,
know, and you think that your vegetables would be clean and everything and ready to eat. Then they're spraying it with stuff. So
mhm.
yeah, it's a lot of different things with. That's why I like the farmers market. I buy my chicken from the store, and usually I'll get the Foster because they don't inject their chickens with anything. Foster
Okay.
Farm. So I'll do that, and then the beef I'll get from the farm because they have beef. It's a little more expensive, but to me, it's worth it if like steak, ground beef, and burgers.
Hmm. I'm trying to cut out some of the meat. I'm trying. It's not that difficult, but I'm not just going to admit it. I don't think. I don't think I would step away from seafood. Me and seafood are like this. I can't do it.
Oh, okay, okay. So seafood,
Yeah.
okay, Tina with the seafood.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Every time I hear Queen Tina, you all check out Straight No Chaser with the Queen. Every time I hear her talk, every time we talk, she cooking. I'm like, why am I not there? Oh, I love it. If I lived
yeah.
on the East Coast, it'd be horrible. I'd eat up all the seafood. Oh my gosh.
My
But there's
husband, I cook it for him, but yeah, I don't eat it. I
really
can't. Yeah, I'm allergic to it. So I
okay.
can do fish, but anything in a shell, no, I can't.
Oh
I can't.
man. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna turn the camera off because I am moving around, but I'll still stay on with you.
Go ahead. I appreciate your insight, Queen. Go ahead. She's so busy, you all. One of these days, I'm gonna get on one of these cruises with her. I keep getting left out. It's okay.
I hope so. I hope so.
Absolutely. I don't know. They had that situation with that virus. I don't know. I don't like being stuck nowhere. I can't move
Well,
around.
that right there is another story, and if it's all true or not, we don't know.
Right.
We
Yeah.
can hope, but is it? I don't know.
Right. I have a feeling you all should tune into the UEOA website for the conversation on that. I'm sure. So let's talk about real quick. detoxing. We always talk about exercising, working out. Such a great way to detox for your body. Having that sweat. I know my oldest son, brought me a portable sauna. I will admit I've not hooked it up yet, but they have those things. That sauna where you can just sweat
Okay.
those toxins out. Great idea. So we all look into doing that. Again, walking every day is such a good option. What
I
else?
detox. Um, it's soursop and black seed oil
What was the
detox.
first one?
Soursop
Okay.
and black seed oil.
Hmm.
So I can give you the information, but anyway, it's really good. I've been having, and I need it, the more energy, sugar cravings definitely has helped with that, with
Okay.
the that I do. So it definitely is a good clean out and detoxing of your system,
Okay.
and it
Yeah,
does
the
work.
energy I can certainly use. I can use some more energy.
Yes,
Def- Definitely. And again, I'm not telling anybody to not follow their physician's orders. But again, there are so many ways, natural ways to just heal your body and detox. Again, like with fasting, what I started to say with fasting, just omitting foods and condition your body to heal itself. There's stories where people have healed themselves from HIV, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, just by changing their diet. You know, People don't want to do that. It's always something detrimental that has to happen before you decide to live a better life and make better choices, you know, and it shouldn't be that. And I understand it's a lot of times it's easier said than done. But if it's an option, and we shouldn't have to be ill before we make these life changing decisions, if that makes any sense.
that's true
So,
too.
yeah. Um, I'm going to give you all a couple things to look at. And I'll put this on the social media pages. Let me see. Here's a free for half lemon, pinch of sea salt. Stay away from that table salt, y'all. Sea salt and Himalayan salt is a great way to go. Um, and honey. Now you've got hydration and digestive support. Natural
Love it.
things. You know, we've got the green detox smoothie. 1 cup of spinach, half banana, half apple, tablespoon of chia seeds, and a cup of almond milk or water. Okay. And again, I'll put these up for you guys to look at. Anti-inflammatory tea, hot water, fresh ginger slices, fresh. And like we were talking about Queen Kathy, the it's always better to have things fresh, instead of ground. If you can get it fresh, then get it fresh. So fresh garlic slices, turmeric or the powder, and then lemon. And that's for anti-inflammatory. And I'll say this before the last one. When it comes to inflammation, stay away from dairy. If you're sick, stay away from dairy. It increases inflammation and mucus in your body, and it delays healing. And we think about milk, but that includes ranch, that includes the mayo, all those different things, sour cream. So stay away from those things if you're dealing with inflammation because it does not help. And the last one is the gut cleaning bowl.
Mm,
Quinoa brown rice, roasted vegetables, broccoli or carrots or whatnot, avocado, olive oil, and lemon dressing. So that's a gut cleaning bowl. I would like to think, I've not tried it, but I would think that you might want to stay home for that one after you eat it, if it's gut cleaning. And just do things in moderation. Don't overdo things. Pay attention to your body. Even with supplements, sometimes we can go overboard and you're just doing too much. You should have a multivitamin and then all these other vitamins that are in the multivitamin. Sometimes just pay attention to what you're doing. Sometimes being healthy can be detrimental when you overdo it. So just be cautious about what you're doing. Do your research. I know there was a situation recently where um, it was a supplement company and they got in trouble. They were sued because they were given all these supplements and they knew that it was causing harm to people, especially senior citizens. Can't remember who the company was and what the medication was, but it's kind of like a Nature Valley kind of thing. Not Nature Valley. I'm not saying that, so don't come after me, but like kind of like those reputable kind of names. And they were doing harm to people. And when someone said something about it, it was like it's no big deal. And it caught up with them. So make sure when you're doing supplements, all because they say they're supplements and healthy, do your research and find out what that company represents, um, what those ingredients are. Look at those things because they're not all legit. So
Agree.
just be mindful of that. Definitely. What else do I have? I think I don't have a lot, y'all. I didn't prepare. Yes, I've been busy, you all. I've been busy. I've been busy. Thank you so much, Queen Kathy, for being on here because I know you're busy. And again, you ought to check out the United Empires of Acubalon. It is not for everybody, but it is about Black empowerment. And I know on this page we are neutral um, and fair about everything. But if you are looking to connect with and be a part of, when I say be a part of, that is inclusion and it requires effort and not just signing up for something. Um, Melanated empowerment, it's a good thing. Like Queen Caddy is talking about growing your own foods, that is a good thing for everyone, but it's very beneficial for people that look like us to understand that. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. Check out United Empires of Acubalon and shout out to everybody that is a part of that.
Start,
Um,
even if it's just one thing, whatever you like, vegetables that you like, maybe just start doing that.
mm-hmm,
Inside, outside, everybody can do something, even if you're in a small area.
mm-hmm. And that's what I asked about the farmers market. Um, I'm always about freedom and liberation and empowerment, and everything's not about money. But that's why I asked you about the farmers market because what happens if you have all this produce, if it's thriving, and someone has all this produce, you know, what do you do with it? You can't eat all of it, and of course, I would bless other people in need, but at the same time, why not have a booth at farmers market? It's an extra source of income while you're feeding your family, enjoying gardening, just those kind of things. So think about those things, help somebody else. So yeah, there's a lot of people that go to food pantries and there's no shade. I like me a good food pantry in there with the cost of groceries. But those foods are, and there's no harm always, but those foods are almost at an expiration date. So you got to get rid of them. And, it just is what it is. But what happens if we all come together and we're growing healthy foods, we're teaching healthy options and helping one another? It just kind of makes sense. As a nurse, I love being an advocate for patients that are in need, but it sucks to see people that are so sick. And a lot of people are sick and they can't afford to be sick, you know? So again, eating healthier, detoxing things from your body. It might taste good, but it's killing us. This stuff is killing us. And again, no matter how you feel about politics, you have somebody, you can't tell me however you feel about RFK. It's not about that. That what he's saying about this thing with putting labels on foods, not safe for human consumption, but they'll still make it because they're banking on us to be ignorant and ill trusting and obliging. And so now it becomes everybody's problem.
Yeah, it's profit over everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad. So you all take care of your bodies, take care of yourself. It's the best thing to do. Um, and we have to take care of one another. We have to hold people accountable and share things with people, because everybody doesn't know. Like I said, I ask Queen Kathy all the time about, you know, um, growing produce and whatnot. Her hair, if you all haven't seen her before, like on her page and whatnot, her hair is growing, you know, I want my hair to grow like that. So, but she's using natural products. Like she said, the rosemary, and eventually you all stay tuned. She'll have those products for purchase. So excited about that. Um, Pablo X,
We're
his wife, has products for the same thing. So get together people that are trying to live a healthier life. So, yep, that's all I got, y'all. I got a
that
birthday party to go to. That's all I got.
was a lot. I
Yeah.
appreciate Talk's information.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be trying. I'll be trying. Also, you all make sure if you're interested in an all natural holistic health company, y'all hit me up. I am a member of Melaleuca. I'm gonna get off here. Um, all natural products. Where's my phone number on here? I'll put it on the screen. Backed by science for years and years, and that's what I use from. Like I said, my husband's smoothies. I've got some collagen boost here. All kinds of things. Vitamin C packets. All kinds of things. So hit me up if you're interested. I'm gonna put my number on the screen. Don't be calling and playing on my phone, yo. Hold on.
Don't worry, we will.
People are weird today. I've been watching these true crime things. I don't play on my phone. Um, Text me and just say healthy products or something if you're interested. Like I said, they're all natural. They're backed by science. If you go to the webpage melaleuca.com, they'll explain everything. But it's a referral based kind of thing. Everything from my supplements, my toothpaste, fluoride free, my makeup, my coffee. I'm looking over here. My laundry detergent. I've got my disinfectant, not bleach. Same thing. Just doesn't cause cancer harming results. What else do I have over there? Whole bunch of stuff. Bath products, scented oils, essential oils, all that stuff. But they're all natural. And again, they can tell you where all those ingredients come from, and the benefits of those. So if you're looking for healthy products, hit me up and let me know. It is also a good way to make a side hustle. It's not selling nothing. Nobody's calling people. But if shop there, it's kind of a referral thing. So when you shop, I get a stipend or whatever. So that goes. So it's a great way to make some extra money just sharing with people healthy products. You're not selling anything at all. Just say, hey, you want to live healthier, sign up and you just get paid. So check that out if you're interested. But other than that, I think that's all I got. You got anything, Queen Kathy? I'm so glad to see you. I'm glad you came up here with me. Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Yeah. You all make
Mm.
sure you all check out the United Empires of Kivon. Good morning from Africa Town, Los Angeles. We pop up. I have not been on there. I'm gonna have to get on there. Again, everybody's so busy. Everybody just keep popping up. So I had to get on here this week today because I've not been consistent. So I gotta be consistent with that too. But you all check that out. Always good times there. So again, it's not for everybody, but if you're looking for, open-minded conversations about Black empowerment, that is the way to go. So yes, you all check out Kathy B 606 on YouTube. Look at her garden. When you guys see what she's doing, it looks easy to me. I'm like, oh, look at all her stuff. That's so cool. I didn't think about the birds and the gophers and the squirrels and the
And everything.
yeah, but she's doing it though. She's doing it. So I love it. So
I know.
check.
I like the winter months when you don't see well the bugs. That was the most because I had spinach tail, all growing, doing really good. We were cutting. We had like a big box full, and then
Mm-hmm.
summer came and started getting hot. Then the aphids they just took over. So
Oh
yeah,
my,
you do have those challenges, but you got to keep going. Like
yeah,
lesson learned.
definitely keep going.
Yeah,
Definitely. Everything that's worth it is work. So
yeah, I put that on the channel too. I'm like, okay, well, this somebody can learn from this. So
yeah, so y'all check her out, please. Kathy B606 on the YouTube channel, please. And say hey, put a comment. Don't just look, put a comment. Please do. Please support. Let's all support one another. Thank you, Queen, for coming and supporting me. So I wasn't talking to myself.
oh, you're welcome.
All right, you all. I'm gonna get out of here. Get ready for this birthday party with my king. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, peace, love, and blessings.